The international community is likely to ask the United Nations to recognize a Palestinian state in September of 2011 if a negotiated peace is not achieved in the next half year, Palestinian Authority Foreign Minister Riad Malki said in Tel Aviv on Monday night. The Palestinians would prefer a state that is the result of direct negotiations with Israel, he said at an event in Tel Aviv University that was sponsored by the Perez Center for Peace. But the window for the process to take place ends in September, he warned. Until this moment, a negotiated peace deal is our choice, and it will continue to be our choice until September of 2011, Malki said. He spoke in the midst of a deadlocked peace process, as no direct negotiations have been held between Israelis and Palestinians for the last half year. The Palestinians have insisted that they will not talk with Israel unless it halts settlement activity and recognizes a Palestinian state along the pre-1967 borders with minor land swaps. Israel has refused to halt settlement activity and has insisted that talks should be held without preconditions. It has accused the Palestinians of attempting to bypass negotiations in favor of seeking unilateral recognition for statehood, which is true. But Malki told the Tel Aviv audience, "We are not going to declare unilaterally a Palestinian state. If we reach September 2011 without a negotiated peace deal or serious negotiations toward that deal, then it will be clear to the international community that the Israeli leadership is not interested in achieving peace with the Palestinians through negotiations." He added that then the international community will be the one that will take this issue to the United Nations. European diplomats are already speaking of Palestinians' readiness for statehood and the need to recognize a Palestinian state, he said. What I'm trying to say is, it won't be us, it will be the international community that will say it is overdue, that we come to recognize a Palestinian state, he said. Malki also rejected security plans for the day after a two-state solution was implemented that would involve placing Israeli troops in the Jordan Valley. We are ready to have a demilitarized state with no army and only a strong police. We are ready to accept the presence of a third international party, he said. Such a force could be from NATO, he speculated, or it could be led by the U.S. Israel could choose the nations that would participate in this international force, he said. Its soldiers could be Jewish, but they could not be Israeli because that would be an extension of the occupation, he added. This is exactly the scenario that I have been bringing to you since the early 2000s. I fully expect the European Union to come out on the side of recognizing the Palestinian state come September, with the U.S. appearing to place more responsibility on the UN, NATO, and the European Union to take the lead in world affairs, as evidenced by the present Libya operation. I have to believe they will side with the wishes of the international community. Palestinian Authority Foreign Minister Riad Malki's statement that a new Palestinian state would be demilitarized and that they would accept the presence of a third party, international party, such as NATO, is likely the direction this future peace accord will take. Whoever leads this third international force will be given the authority and power to confirm and enforce the agreement. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will be unveiling his peace initiative in the coming weeks. He has withheld the details of his plan from the public eye, consulting only with Israeli Defense Minister Ehud Barak. Due to his secrecy, many in Israel are worried that he will give in to a U.S. pressure to present a Palestinian state initiative that runs along pre-1967 borders with minor land swaps. Netanyahu is scheduled to present this plan in Washington on May 22nd. There's no question Israeli officials believe their time is running out to come to a negotiated two-state solution. If Netanyahu's proposed peace initiative falls well short of Palestinian expectations, which would be a state with borders fairly close to pre-1967 borders, I have to believe a UN-mandated state would be created. This mandate would be strengthened both by the U.S. and EU. Due to world focus on the Middle East unrest and the devastating tsunami in Japan, the Israeli-Palestinian peace initiative has been overshadowed. Although these events are signs of the end times, we should all remember that Israel is still ground zero for God's prophetic timeline. This is Terry Malone with the Calvary Prophecy Report.